Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper. We have reviews for people who have been in the court before and have orders to accomplish. So if you're here for that, your name's going to be called. Come up to the table to your right. I'm going to review your file with you. If you think you should be called and didn't get called, go check with the clerk's office. If you missed a hearing before, they'll have to pull your file because you're not on the docket for today. Call the reviews.
Adam Bailey, Taylor Bryan, Ryan Christian, Joshua Ellis, Rodney Ellis, Justin Holland.
Okay, Adam Bailey is here, is 12, 10, 16, 10, 17, 12, 5, 28, 12, 4, 80, 14, 37, 40, 20, 304, 21, 8, 59. Mr. Bailey, have you done anything on your case since the last time you were here?
No, I just got a job. I've been working about a week and a half out on the river with
Who are you
McGinnis.
working for?
McGinnis.
Oh, that's a good job.
So I work 5 to 5, 7 days a week. I just started. I ain't got a paycheck yet. I've been there about a week and a half, so I'm making a little progress. It's just waiting on, you know.
How many days a week do you work?
It's seven days a week, and then I'm off 3, and then 7 nights a week, and I'm off 4.
Okay. Well, you need to get this completed. Okay. Please, if you're on teleconference, please mute your microphone. Mr. Edmonds, I'm muting you. Okay. So do you know when you'll be off in the coming weeks?
No, not really. I just let them know, like if I have court or something, I just let them know.
Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing for October 30th.
Okay.
That's a Monday, last Monday of the month. Get this stuff taken care of.
Okay. So what time?
9 a.m. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Taylor Bryan. Taylor Bryan is 23-112, 20-112. Okay, has not completed, has not appeared to be a bench warrant issued. Ryan Christian. It's case number 23-351 and 23-696. Got a report from RRS. Did drug screen. Okay. Is he involved with QRT?
He is, Your Honor. He's in the deflection program. He was one that had West Virginia Medicaid, so we transferred him to RRG. They were not doing drug screens, and I was not getting reports, so I had him switch to RRS, who switched over his Medicaid. We've kind of gone from there. When he met with me a few weeks ago, before he even knew I wanted him to switch, We did a drug screen in my office, and he was also clean at that time too.
Okay.
So
very
he's
good.
been doing well and compliant, showing up for check-ins and all that stuff.
And he is living in Ohio now anyway. looks
Yes.
like, so, okay. All right, keep up what you're doing. Done your community service and paid something on your funds.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the rest taken care of. I think I got like $10 left. And you had told me I could work it out in community service. I think.
Yeah, and coming up on the 7th, you can get double credit.
Yeah, Saturday, if you work, you get $100 credit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Your Honor, if I may, I can use anybody tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
all right. Mr. Christian will be out. All right, I'm going to set your next hearing for November the 17th.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Joshua Ellis,
Yes, sir.
08619, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. He has done some community service here at the adult shelter.
He turned more into someone also now.
Okay. Are you working now, Mr. Ellis?
Yes, sir. I've maintained a job for years now.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I've maintained a job for years.
Okay. All right, well, you can get double credit toward your fund on October 7th if you come work that day. That's a Saturday.
Yes, sir.
You don't have that much left. So you should be able to get it finished in this next time frame. Yours is a very old case, so I'm going to set you for November 6th.
Yes, sir.
Get it finished and you can quit coming to these hearings. 9 o'clock, November 6th is your next hearing. Rodney Ellis, 2352.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Ellis did pay his off, so his case is completed. No further review. Justin Holland was supposed to be inpatient at Shawnee.
Yep. He left ASA about a week and a half ago. He told our staff that his uncle was sick in the hospital in Huntington and they were bringing the family in, so we discussed it and decided that we would take him to see his uncle. When we got there, he started talking to this random family and he asked if he could have some privacy with them. So the case manager that brought him up there left him in there for 5 to 10 minutes. And when he went back to check on him, they said that they didn't know who he was and that he asked them for money and left.
Okay.
So,
He will get a warrant issued for leaving treatment and not appearing today. So thank you for the report.
thank you.
David King, Bradford Lusher, Tracy McDonald, Crystal McMillan, Stephanie Romans, Davin Tippett, Melissa Weaver, Stacy Burkhardt.
I'm here, Your Honor.
David King, 2351. And he has taken care of his case and it is completed, so no further review hearing required. Bradford Blusher, 21173. Bradford Blusher has not completed his case, has not appeared today, so there will be a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Your Honor, he's not doing community services, or can be here for you.
Thank you. Tracy McDonald.
He did not do community services.
He
Your Honor,
has been in New Life Recovery. Is he?
That's a copy, actually. I submitted that to you last month. Tracy left our program. At his last review, I gave that to the court. I just wanted to remind you that he had left our
Okay, thank you for the report. And he hasn't appeared today. He still had fines and court costs to pay, so he'll get a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Yes, sir.
Crystal McMillan, 16,688. Done some community service since your last hearing. You still have more to do. You heard what I said about October 7th.
Yeah,
You get double credit for that day. You still have more to do.
yeah. I know.
Your next hearing then, November 6th.
What was her name, Your Honor?
Crystal McMillan, 16,688.
Okay, thank you.
16,688.
Thank you.
November 6th, the next hearing. Stephanie Romans is here. 17/30/10 and 17/10/80. She's at Bethesda. Okay, sounds like you're close to getting your driver's license.
I'm really close.
Good. Is there anything I can do to help you?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Have you been talking with the DMV about getting it done, or what are they telling you?
They're telling me that everything is good to go except for taking my driver's exam. Again, I have to go back through and do the written exam and the driving portion.
Okay.
We provide company vehicles so they can take their driver's test in.
Oh, well, that's good. So you got a car to take the test in.
Yeah.
Did you get the little, well, I find it, you just read that little pamphlet they give you, and it tells you all the answers to the test. And if you don't read it, they ask you stuff that you're not going to know, like what's the minimum tread depth on a tire. You're not going to know that unless you read that pamphlet. So I think it's like 5 seconds or something like that. So if you read it, you'll know it. If you don't read it, you're not going to know it.
No.
Okay, so good luck on taking your test. You still got some community service to do. Can she?
She's starting that next Thursday, and I believe she's going to participate this Saturday.
I think so, yeah.
She's done a remarkable turnaround. If you remember the day we got her out of court.
I remember. I got a picture of her with me and what's the other lady's name? At the
Karen.
yes. At the event in Ironton. So, okay.
Is there any way I could do outpatient eventually?
Talk to Taylor about that.
Okay.
I'm going to go with what they recommend.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you on November the 3rd.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Davin Tippett, 22/23/44. Not here and hasn't done anything on his case, so that makes it easy. Be a benchmark issue. Melissa Weaver is on teleconference. This is 16/499. I'm sorry, 16/490. 10/251. Okay, you've been making payments every month. Do you have a payment this month, Ms. Weaver?
Yes, I paid $30 yesterday online.
Okay. I'll set your next hearing for November 3rd.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Stacy Burcroft, 23/459.
Your Honor, she is in the County today.
Okay.
She was sent to a review today, but she was sent for 30 days in jail. She hasn't finished it.
All right, she's the one I wanted to go to treatment. She chose to go to jail instead of going to treatment. She's in Gallia County now. Okay, I'm going to finish her case by jail time. She had a small fine to pay, but she's in jail in Gallia County, so I'm not going to bring her back for that. No further readings. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We've got one arraignment, so we'll just call that person.
State of Ohio versus Keith Cooper. Case numbers TRC 21-121 A and B, CRB 21-288. Keith Cooper. Keith Cooper.
Keith Cooper, come into court. Keith Cooper.
Keith Cooper. He was originally set on 16 for a
Okay, this is Keith Cooper, 21-121. There's an ODI, 21-288, littering. And he has a bond up. Looks like you had a hearing on September 29th.
Yes, sir, Friday.
Did you miss that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an explanation for that?
I was out of town at work, sir. I was in Cleveland. I tried to get a ride home, and that's why I called Mr. Sowers. I didn't have a way home.
Okay. Are you working in Cleveland, or what are you doing there?
I work with the company, DC Flooring, the out-of-town company. We do flooring and stuff for commercial, like Target and school. It's all kinds of flooring and stuff. And we go all over the place.
Your Honor, if I may, he was ordered on 8/25, that's his community service done for his next hearing, and he hasn't been here since then.
You have an explanation for that?
No, sir.
Okay. And are you paying anything on your fines today?
I have $40 today, sir.
Okay, I don't know if that's enough. I'm going to put you back in the holding cell and think about it for a while. So you're going into lockup. Okay, we're going to start pre-trials. There's some more arraignments coming. We don't have paperwork on, so we're going to start the pre-trial docket now. So we'll need the lawyers to come in. Just handed an arraignment, so we'll go ahead and do it, and then we'll start the pre-trials.
State of Ohio versus Paul Brackett. Case number CRA 23-590, CRB 23-573.
Sir, you're Paul Brackett?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've got a new charge. It's open dumping or burning. It's an unclassified felony. The maximum penalty is 4 years in jail and $25,000 fine. It's alleged that on September 27th of this year, you did dump trash and burn trash on property on 2953 State Route 243. That's as I said, unclassified felony. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No,
Do you have a job?
no, I'm on disability, Your Honor.
Yeah, and you have a pretrial, but that was a non-jailable offense, so I couldn't appoint a lawyer for it. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer that'll handle both matters. Mr. Thompson, I'll appoint you. He has a failure to confine a dog also. And he's got this felony, unclassified felony, open dumping, burning. He's showed up on his own, so I'm going to let him sign a signature bond of $1,000, signature bond. And usually the state's interested in getting it cleaned out and keeping it here if that's possible, but
Your Honor, can I say something?
yes, Ron. Probably should tell your lawyer.
What do you want to say? We clean up the trash.
We've got it all cleaned up, so we'll get that here. We'll get that here and I'll come back and just show them some proof of it. What kind of proof? Your pictures here. I've got all the pictures. I need your signature.
Is there anything you want to put on the record, Mr. Thompson? Do you want, when do you want to come back for a preliminary? Do you want to wait time?
We'll wait time. I don't know, three weeks maybe on Monday.
Okay. That,
Okay, your phone number right here.
yes, the 23rd of October.
23rd of October. Yes, indeed, thank you.
That'll be preliminary hearing and pretrial. His other case is 23-573 and 574 misdemeanors with regard to the dog. October 23rd,
Your Honor, what's the case number on the new case?
2359.
So we'll talk this weekend. Okay.
Are we going to talk this week?
Saturday.
All right, 23-590 and 23-573 to 574. All set for October 23rd at 10 o'clock.
October 23rd. Feeling good.
State of Ohio versus City of M. Cremines, case number CRB 22658, CRB 22655. Roger Smith's case.
Joseph Cummings is set for pre-trial. And I have this Mr. Smith's case. Roger Smith. He's at RRS.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Says you're non-compliant with treatment.
Your Honor, he just came in last week. He had completed our residential and came in last week, or week before last, for an assessment and hasn't been back. He's got a new job and
You still want to work with him?
Sounds like they're still going to work with him, Judge. He's working his work schedule out and he's going to cooperate. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Well, so far he hasn't. Are you going
No,
to
he
go back?
hasn't.
Go back to treatment? Supposed to be attending one individual session and 2 group sessions a week. That's a lot. But he had, after doing, looks like he did pretty well for a while, and then he has had a problem since.
I got a promotion at work and I'm having trouble getting loose 3 days a week. You know, leave early or come in late 3 days, so that's what we're trying to work together now. I was talking to him this morning.
Where do you work?
10 Wolf Inn. I'm the head of maintenance over 5 locations.
Where is it?
Huntington, Ashland, Moorhead, Frankfurt, and Lexington.
What's the name of the organization?
10 Wolf Inn, it's a dog boarding place. I'm the head of maintenance.
Okay.
Judge, maybe we come back in 2 weeks or 3 just to get it sooner rather than later back in front of your honor to see if he's able to get his schedule worked in.
Mr. Hill?
We're in agreement with that, and, you know, he's come a long way to finish the residential program. We don't want to see it all go for naught at this point. And if he's working and being productive in that way, we hope that with his counseling agency, it can be worked out.
I am here the 16th or 20th, Judge.
You're not available the 23rd then?
No, I'm not, that, starting a trial in common pleas. I'm here the 13th, 16th, or 20th of October.
Let's do the 20th then, October 20th.
10, 20,
State of Ohio versus Susanna Noss. Case numbers TRD 20-2261 A and B, and CRB 20-98 A and B. Susanna Noss.
If I may approach you, Josh, I've got a letter from, I think it's Proact, and it's from Friday.
Okay. How do you want to proceed on this case?
Judge, I spoke to Mr. Hill this morning. I don't think we're quite ready to resolve. If we come back at least one more pre-trial and see how it's doing, I think we can work something out.
Month out?
Be fine, Judge. I'm here 11/3, which is about a month, or 11/10.
Okay, let's make it 11/3.
Yes, sir.
November 3rd will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus William T. Fields. Case number TRC 23-763 A and B.
This is Mr. Holt's case. I have it as a pretrial in motion.
Your Honor, we're working with the state on some discovery issues. We're working towards a potential resolution. There's some documents that we need to produce to the state to confirm what our argument is on this. So we'd ask for a couple weeks to be able to get that documentation.
How about October 23rd?
That works, Your Honor.
There's a time waiver till then.
Yes, Your Honor.
October 23rd will be the next hearing, pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Robert Gilbert. Case number CRB 23567 A and B.
Mr. Holt's case, pre-trial, 23567. Yes.
Your Honor, I believe Sarah Baines might be here. Sarah, can you come up here, please? Your Honor, Sarah Baines is here. She is the defendant's sister, and she's urging us to go ahead and dismiss the charges. However, given the facts as they've been presented to us, we're not ready to do that right now, but we would be agreeable to continuing the case for a period of time and allow Mr. Gilbert to be assessed for anger management counseling and to do that. And then if he's successful in that, we would be agreeable to dismissing the charge later with the payment of court costs.
Well, I have another person also as a victim too. There's a Michael Bruce. Right. Okay.
Oh, Michael, come on up. Please. So Mr. Bruce is in agreement with that recommendation too. If Mr. Gilbert wants to do the counseling, that would probably go a long way in helping the family out.
Yes. We're okay with that.
Does he have a medical card? How's he pay for medical?
Yes.
Yes.
Ohio?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
You live in South Point?
Yes, sir.
You can do, okay, I'm going to refer you to RRS. Mr. Gwynn is here from their agency, so talk with him, get that set up. And let's come back.
With the
What's
same
your
day?
schedule in November?
Oh, will the 17th work, 13th or 17th?
Yes. Let's do the 13th. You said the 13th was the date?
Yes, Your Honor, that'll work.
November 13th will be the next hearing.
And Your Honor, I think each of the victims will say they don't want a protection order.
Okay. There have been protection orders issued, so I'll cancel those today. At your request.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Next hearing is November 13th for a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Dolores Hill, case numbers CRB 23536, CRB 23568.
Mr. Tyler Smith's case set for pretrial. 536 and 568, 23 case number. 536, 568.
So how will we-
I'm going to take it when after court, I'm going to take it to county and see if they can do evaluation.
Okay. All right. So you're Maddie's father?
Yes.
Your Honor, one of the victims in this, alleged victims in this matter is Maddie Hammond, and she is a minor, so this is her father that's here speaking on her behalf. And then the other alleged victim is Lou Ann Sniff, and she was here before and dropped the protection order, didn't want the protection order, so she's not here today.
TPOB dropped it.
Prior to this, on the last hearing, we were interested in seeing Ms. Hill get some mental health treatment, and it didn't work out at River Park Hospital. They weren't able to accept her. So there's a new plan to take her to Cabell.
Yeah.
After we leave the hearing today, see if she can be admitted there. So we don't know if that's going to work or not, but I think that Ms. Hill's being cooperative and wants to help herself. So we would be okay if there was a short continuance. I don't know, a week, 2 weeks?
That's fine in order to allow her to go. This is, if you recall, this is the West Virginia Medicaid. We had a hard time finding a place for it.
Right.
So you'd set a bond, our bond, her brother-in-law would take her straight to River Park. And unfortunately, there's a medical issue. They couldn't take her. It had nothing to do with the Medicaid, but that's why she has to go to Cabell Huntington. And they're going to try to get her set with her meds and everything else. I think that's one of the issues we have to deal with.
Okay.
Well, it's okay.
All right, so we worked, because I remember another problem was living arrangements. Does she have a place to stay?
Yeah, she just got her social security check, so I'm going to try to help her get a place until they figure out what's going, until she can get into a treatment facility and stuff like that. Because like I told you before, I mean, I want her to get help instead of being out here in the streets or in jail. That's not going to help her.
All right.
So,
Well, next week would be the 10th or the 13th. Either of those
Either
days.
date's fine, Your Honor.
Let's do the 13th. October 13th will be the next hearing. That's a week from this Friday.
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay, October 13th, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Casey J. Jackson, case number CRB 22510, CRB 22165, A and B, CRB 222595, A, B, and C. Casey Jackson. Casey Jackson.
All right, Casey Jackson, Mr. Tyler Smith's client. He hasn't appeared today. Any explanation for his non-appearance?
Your Honor, I don't. I mean, last time we were here, I think we actually even set it for trial, and we worked it out that he would go back to treatment, but I don't know if he's in treatment or if he forgot the date. I actually asked for 7 days before.
He's been to PATH. I've had reports from them, but I don't have anything to
He's
say.
been to RRS, he's been to Cardinal.
He is not paid.
All right, there'll be a warrant for failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Adelaide Temper. Case number TRC 231043, A and B.
And this is Mr. Smith's case.
Your Honor, I think this is one we're definitely have to do a motion to suppress, but she's currently, she's plays for the Marshall women's soccer team, and their schedule is pretty tight this month. In fact, I think the conference tournament's the first week in November. So they'll even be gone for a whole week down in Alabama, so I asked to maybe set this after November, what's the?
13th. I
Maybe-
can come the 13th.
November, is that a Monday? or
That's a
Friday?
Monday, yeah.
November 13th, if that's available.
After November 13th?
Or
I
on
can do November.
We can do November 13th, that'll be after.
That's it, that's fine. November 13 will be the next hearing for pretrial. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Richard Gray Jr., case number CRB 23557.
Mr. Thompson's case, that's
Understandable. Did you get your car back?
Oh, yeah, same.
So, Your Honor, this is Ms. Boxer here, and she is a friend of Mr. Gray, and on the day in question, she was opposed to him taking her vehicle, which he took anyway. She's urging us to dismiss the charges. They apparently are still friends. At the time, it was alleged that he was impaired on alcohol, and that's the reason why she felt the necessity of that and the fact that she told him not to take the car. She wants the charge dismissed, and I'm hesitating because I think that this is the kind of situation that could have been much worse than it ended up being.
right.
More than just Ms. Boxer's property at stake in this. We would want Mr. Gray to do some alcohol counseling before we would agree to dismiss the charges.
We're agreeable.
So you have, how's he paying for medical service?
You have a medical card, right? Yeah, but it's, my wallet got stolen, so. Well, they can help. You can help them get it. I mean, I have one, but it's, okay. So you're gonna see this young lady right here.
Okay, I'll refer him to Bethesda for assessment and counseling. Set his next hearing November 6th? November 6th, time waiver, pretrial.
Yes, sir. November 6th.
Okay, next hearing, November 6th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Seth Harrison, case number CRB 23-322, CRB 23403.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
was transferred to Athens.
Yeah, and I did talk to him last week, but I'm waiting for an update from Mary Beth. So if we could just put it out, I guess, another couple weeks.
Do you have any idea when he's going to be completed there? or-
I don't, and he didn't. He sounded better.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're free to go there too.
Cindy. 7401. Oh, my.
So,
So he's still in Athens.
He's still really good. They've got him on that, so he's around like every 4 weeks. So I'm good with him as long as he's the one the doctor to go with him because he's done like a complete turnaround.
okay.
So, and I didn't file the same thing because I wanted to go ahead and assess my, let him come back to the house as long as he agrees. What I was gonna find out, is there any way we can keep him for him? And then it's like,
Well,
we'll know that part.
That's good. We're going to try to do that. And it might be a matter of, there's different ways of coaching. One of them, guardianship, the limited guardianship, we have authority to make that happen.
Okay, I mean, I just don't know, just one of us just telling him to go see a doctor.
Well, I
for the next
mean,
6
yeah,
months or
but the
so.
question is, can we follow the problem?
I think if he has to come back, you know, like I would tell him he has to, he probably will. As he has the act right now, he will.
So, Your Honor, I've been speaking with Katrina Harrison, and she tells me that she's noticed a great improvement in his condition. So that doesn't relieve us of our prior concerns, considering the condition he was in and some of the statements that he made and some of his actions, but it's good to know that he's doing better. So I guess we just need to follow this and see where it ends up. There are alternatives, you know, at the end of this process as far as how the state wants to proceed.
Do you have a suggested time to come back?
I don't. But I think Mr. Thompson said 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd say we don't want to go too far out.
Yep.
I'd like to avoid the
16th is a really busy
Yeah.
day. The 23rd is better, that's 3 weeks. Think you'll still be there in 3 weeks? He
I
didn't
think
give
he
you any
will.
indications when he was going to be completed, man?
He says the doctor said he's cooperating, he's doing good, and he's fine. I figured that the doctor had wrote a note or an assessment to give to the lawyer it's supposed to be last Monday, I think. But I don't know.
We didn't get it. And I've got a text into Mary Beth. So
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and set it for the 23rd. If we need to move it up, we can to a closer date. Yeah. I think everyone I've sent there so far has had really good improvements. The problem is just getting them in. It's hard to get them into that facility, and I'm glad he was able to get in. So for now, I'm going to set his next hearing for October 23rd for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you. Let us know if anything develops that we need to know about. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Amber Mills, case number CRB 23556. Amber Mills.
So, that's why I'm not on names at the system.
Thompson's case, Amber Mills, set for pretrial today.
Your Honor, this is a cross-filing, and there's been some confusion about.
And Clifton Mills also?
Yes, but his is set for the 10th, at least according to
That's
our.
her father, as I remember.
Yeah, so they're both, I think that Ms. Mills was not aware of today's hearing or confused about it. But Mr. Clifton Mills, he can't make it on the 10th, or Mr.
Thompson, probably.
Thompson.
No, I can't.
So what we've done, we've already talked to Clifton Mills today and told him we'd like to move to the 16th. And we can, if the court will do that with both of them, then.
You need to move that to the 23rd, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, that's a better date in terms of the docket, but if you've already told them the 16th, we can put it on. That's going to get us up to about 30 pretrials.
Well, this one won't be, I don't think it's going to be too contentious. At least I hope it's not.
All right, I'll continue, and you're here that day, Mr. Thompson?
That's a Monday?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
October 16th for pretrial.
State of Ohio versus Justin E. Stapleton, case number CRB 23359. Justin Stapleton.
Yeah, it is on the.
It was set for a trial.
Pretrial, 10 o'clock, trial, and
So that's
Justin Stapleton.
Well, there's some confusion on my client's part about the date of this hearing and trial. But we've talked to the prosecution and they're okay with 7 days and then a warrant, but he'll be here next Monday
Okay, so
for a pretrial.
there's some people subpoenaed to be here today, and then calling them off.
We've called them off already.
Okay.
And I guess the next, we're willing to keep talking about how to resolve this. It kind of got set in a certain path and there wasn't any other discussion about it, but we'd be happy to talk about it further. So we'd like to have a pretrial if he shows up.
Okay.
Next
He's
week.
got 7 days to appear before a warrant will issue.
Thank you.
You didn't call him.
He knows he had to be here. He knows he has to be here on that other He told me to call him because he's working.
State of Ohio versus Vanessa Bryant, case number CRB 23372.
There's a cross-filing, Clarence Mahan. Correct. It's a cross-filing case.
Vanessa Bryant is Mr. Scott's case.
That's correct, Judge.
Clarence Mahan, Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. He's also got a bench trial noon today that it's not going to be able to go.
State of Ohio versus Clarence Mahan.
Okay.
Judge, on this one, as far as my client, the state and I have had discussions, there's been no issues. You know, she was subpoenaed for this trial that was scheduled for today. So I believe it's the state's intention to dismiss against my client. Previously, there was an order in place, they split court costs. My client has paid her portion of that. I did just give that to Mr. Mahan's counsel.
That's correct, Judge. He's responsible for the $110 court cost, and he acknowledges received the $55. And I believe there's been no further problems. It's good to dismiss that one case. You can pay the $110 to that.
Yes.
He's going to pay it before he leaves, so that will clear
Okay,
that
so
case
that's
up.
23,370 for
Yes.
Mr. Mahan. For Ms. Bryant, it's 23,372. So 23,372 is going to be dismissed.
Yay.
23,370 will be dismissed on payment of costs. You'll need to see the clerk. And then what are we doing on the other case?
The other judge, there's some confusion on discovery. I filed on July 7th. Mr. Hill showed me a document that they responded July 17th. I didn't see it on the court computer. I'm sure it's just a mistake on their part. I'm just getting it this morning. I need to go back to my client. If we could come back November 3rd or 10th for a bench trial.
So that's on 2988?
Yes.
And there was a couple of people subpoenaed for that also.
And I believe they're here.
Vanessa Bryant and Goldie Stapleton.
I think Vanessa's, yeah, right here.
Yeah, she's here.
And I think Goldie came early with her, so.
Okay, so they're both aware they don't need to stay till noon.
Goldie, are you here?
She was out in the lobby.
Goldie Stapleton?
She was over by the.
We want to make sure that Mr. Smith now has,
It's being copied this morning. I haven't seen it, but Mrs. copied it, so I'll have it. And I've got something on his phone I need to print and give to you, so.
There was also, he has a review hearing on 21-187.
Yes, that was, I think, a traffic case.
He did do 18 hours of community service since his last hearing. He has a bond up on it too, so. Any payment on your fines?
I've got 20 on there today.
Okay, put you down for that. I'll give you a new review hearing date of November 3rd. That's, well, he's paying on, no, he's paying on that, and he's paying court costs on 2337.
Yes.
Okay, that's not paid, so you want me to give him?
It's not gonna be dismissed until he pays.
He's going to pay today. As soon as he leaves, he's got cash. He's going to the window to pay it.
well, here they are. Here they are.
For the review on 2988 is November 3rd, and that's in 21-187. November 3rd.
Yes, but you're saying you are.
And that's it. We'd like to use for that bench trial at noon, Judge, if we could.
Yes, we need it. Okay. November the 3rd for the trial.
We can do it that day if you want to keep it the same day.
Yes, Judge, that would keep it with the review hearing. That would make it less complicated for my client.
Okay, for 2988, that's set for trial November 3rd at noon.
Okay.
For trial.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
Does he need to show up at 9 for the review, or can he just come to noon for both those cases, the review and the trial?
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, noon for the review and the trial, so that's yours. Yep, and you're good to go. And I'll get you for the 3rd for that time.
Your Honor,
Yes.
call my next Dustin Stapleton. We were actually moving it to Tuesday. I can't be here that Tuesday. Can we do the 16th?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Maybe this is file already going out.
Yeah. We don't have any other witnesses. Yeah. Who are we doing now? What case are you doing? What day?
16th.
Where did you go? I mean, I thought we were doing a bench one.
We are. We had a bench one at 7, so.
Yeah.
Is it just gonna be a pre-trial? Yeah. I told you.
Okay, on Justin Stapleton, I'm going to set it for October 16th for a pre-trial. Thank you. That's 23,359.
Doesn't work out. So he said, if he calls me, it doesn't work out. I'll tell him about that. Where's that? Okay.
State of Ohio versus Todd A. Daniels, case number CRB 23-344.
This is Mr. Morford's case, set for pretrial, looking for a report from Pat.
Judge, I've been handed two envelopes. We have two, Judge, 9/12 and 9/27.
Okay, very good.
Michelle Anderson.
Looks like both reports are positive. Council statement, proceed.
Well, we're pleased with the reports and it's making progress, so we want to see some further progress.
Judge, if you think there's more work that needs to be done, my client, of course, will comply with the court's wishes. I know he'd like to get this done and put it behind him.
Okay. Well, he's gotten good reports, so maybe we can go a couple months before we come back next time. And then be looking at resolving it then. December 4th.
That's good here, Judge.
December 4th, 10 o'clock will be the next hearing.
See you then. Here's for you. Thanks, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Roberta M. Abbey, case number CRB 23-278 A and B.
This is Mr. Morford's case.
Maybe so.
This is a letter from my daughter. She didn't know she had to be here and home. I've
You go
already
ahead.
been through the assessment and everything.
Huh?
I've already been through the assessment and I feel like I just
Where?
want to get whatever schedule you
Where?
and they go.
You have an assessment there.
Yeah, I've already had an assessment. But they're gonna go ahead and do it under my daughter. She already receives therapy there.
Judge, she has had the assessment done at NECO, but has not yet returned to begin services.
she have
That's my daughter.
a date set, or?
No, they haven't been able to set an appointment yet. They've been having conflicting things, whether they wanted to put it under me or my daughter, because she already received services there. But they decided to go ahead and set it up underneath my daughter, but they had to get manager approval, so they haven't been able to set up an appointment.
Mr. Hill?
Well, as long as there's progress being made, I don't know if what she has there in writing.
That's from my daughter. She didn't know if she had to be here or not.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're looking at, the letter from Savvy's daughter that says
So she's
all
doing
the
okay.
things are better. Is that a fair statement?
She had to be at school today, couldn't be here, but she says things are going a whole lot better. So hopefully with the counseling and maybe there'll be some more.
Even though she's getting ready to turn 18, she still wants to cooperate with family counseling, so we can continue the relationship that we have.
Okay. Well, maybe you come back in a month, and we should have something going in that time frame.
If we can do it on a Monday, I'm off on Mondays.
November 6th. That's a Monday.
Okay.
I'm fine with that, Judge.
November 6th will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Make sure you get everything up and bring up the report with you.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Gregory M. Unruh, case number CRB 23571.
Mr. Morford's case, pre-trial.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm getting there.
Your Honor, so far we haven't had any contact with the victim despite efforts. So we're going to need to ask for some time to subpoena her. Now, this is an M4 occurring on September 17th. So we're on a tight timeline here as far as getting the case resolved. If we don't have her here the next time, I don't know.
When do you want to come back? How much time do we have left?
Well, it'd be the,
17th of October or something?
October the 15th. So we're almost out of time already. Probably need to nolly this with the right to refile it, just because we're almost out of time already.
Okay, is that what you want to do then?
What do you think? There is a protection order in place. We'll, let's just, if we could just move it 1 week.
We could even move it to Friday if you want.
Well,
It's Friday.
yeah, we probably need to do that.
Okay, on back on this court's docket, October 6th.
Probably can't.
Do you have new contact information? for the-
Well, we have contact information. The question, the voicemail box was not set up. So that's, we can, obviously we have an address too, so we'll make every effort.
Okay, next hearing is Friday, October 6th.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
I'll make somebody do something.
Okay, what time was it for?
10, I'm sorry.
10 a.m.?
10. Yes.
State State of Ohio versus Ricky Carter, case number CRA 23582. Ricky Carter.
Set for pretrial for Ricky Carter. Actually, he was actually to go to Kentucky, so is he not in jail any longer?
Yes, Your Honor, he has been picked up from the jail.
Okay. All right, so this was a Kentucky extradition. He has been picked up, so the case can be dismissed.
Ready for some briefings, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on to preliminary hearings.
State of Ohio versus Austin T. Hawthorne, case number CRA 2357, CRB 2358, CRB 2843, CRB 20, TRC 191305. Austin Hawthorne. I'll check in, Your Honor.
He's appearing by teleconference. He's on the screen now. It's Mr. Morford's case. And Austin, are you still at the counseling center?
Yes, under, he said reported over,
Okay. Was it faxed in, or how was it sent in? Do you know how it was sent in? Email, okay. Last time I talked to you, I think you had a job.
Yes, sir, I work for the company.
Okay, I'm looking on my phone to see if I go. Did they send that to Mr. Major? Do you know who they sent the report to?
Austin, do you know who they sent the report to, the judge or Officer Major? Or do you, Officer Major?
Okay, let's check with him, but I'm assuming things are still going well. Say good reports.
Your Honor, if I may, we do have a report. Mr. Major's trying to print it off right now. It won't let him open it until he prints it.
Okay. Does it appear, do you know if it's a good report? Or?
He can't see it until he prints it.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and set you another date. If it turns out there's other things we need to address, then I'll reschedule it. At this point, I'm gonna set it for November 6th.
All right.
November 6th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joseph Edens, case number TRC 23910.
Yes, he's appearing by Blue Jeans teleconference, and as my understanding, he's in Glenville, West Virginia. Is that right, Mr. Edens? It looks like you're frozen on the screen.
Recording has started.
All right, Mr. Edens, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And you're still at the facility in Glenville?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I've got a report here, yes. How are you doing?
I'm okay, I'm totally good.
He's discharged from the fire. He was moved to Huntington, so he still field services through the behavioral clinic.
Okay, it looks like here you're going to be getting out in the not too distant future, October 17th. Then what? Where you coming back to Chesapeake? Huntington? Where are you going to be living there?
A&T Recovery, Your Honor, sober living.
Oh, okay, you're going to a sober living facility. Okay. All right. I think that's a good plan. So let's set this sometime after the 17th. How about the 23rd?
That's fine, Your Honor.
How old are you gonna be? 63 or 64? Okay, I picked 63 then. You get a choice, always take the lower number. Okay, I'll see you on Monday, October the 23rd for your next hearing. You'll be here in person. Okay, you look a lot better than the first time I saw you this last time. So, that's okay. You can do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. We'll see you on the 23rd. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Tony Walters, case number CRA 23466, CRB 23467 A and B, CRB 2354.
Tony Walters is Mr. Smith's case. She's at Cardinal, has been at Cardinal.
Let's do reduce it to littering. I'll reduce it to littering.
Reduce it to a misdemeanor. What it's saying is if you put to a reduced charge of littering and then delay sentencing and everything else, it won't be, so. It's a felony violation. It'll keep you in jail. You put it littering.
Your Honor, we've seen, one of the things about this case is this open dumping charge, and if the court will remember, her counterpart or co-defendant, I guess is a better term.
Our fiance.
Andrew Curry, also involved in the same open dumping. And we've seen pictures this morning that show that there's been I'm getting ready to say remarkable, but commendable, anyway, cleanup of that property. So having achieved that, we would be willing at this point to amend that charge to a misdemeanor littering charge. And if she pled guilty to that, we would do it upon her pleading guilty to that, and we've asked to delay the sentencing. She also has the obstructing and aggravated menacing charges that are still pending. So we want her to continue on in her efforts at her counseling and rehabilitation.
Okay, do you know what the statute number is on the littering?
Let's see, I can find it.
Yeah, when I put in littering, there's 3 different statutes that come up, so 37, 67, 32 is one of them.
And that's the correct statute.
Okay. 37, 67, 32. Be amended to that. And is there a plea to that?
Yes, Your Honor. She changed her plea to guilty.
Is that correct, Ms. Walters?
Let's see, we're playing to littering. It's a misdemeanor today.
Okay, yeah.
You agreeable with that, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll just hold, I'm not going to sentence you on that. We'll just hold it in abeyance until you get finished with everything else. Where's Andrew now? Does he?
He's in Bethesda.
He's still there?
Yeah, we're there.
Okay.
He's doing well. He's been safe and everything this last week, so he's doing really well.
Great.
And Miss Walters is still at Cardinal.
Okay. You look good. big difference from when you
Thank you.
first came in.
Got my hair cut Saturday.
Good.
Andrew
Okay.
did it.
Another month?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Third or 6th of November?
The 6th, Your Honor, though.
November 6th.
I'll see you then.
State of Ohio versus Chad Gibson, case number TRD 144113, CRB 141191. Chad Gibson. Chad Gibson.
Okay, I have this is Derek Fisher's case. Oh, you filed this yourself, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you serve a copy of this on the prosecuting attorney?
We have, yes, Your Honor, he did. And may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay, the state's not going to oppose your application for expungement. Do you have a judgment entry that you can prepare to finalize it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I know you're not a lawyer, but you filed an application to expunge the record, and then ordinarily, then there would be a judgment entry granting that application. Do you have such a judgment entry, or?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll see if the clerk can find one to submit, because normally it's up to the person who files the application then to submit something to the court that grants the request. So I'll have the clerk look for an appropriate judgment entry to enter. And then that'll be placed to record.
Judge,
Yes.
may I approach?
Yes. Okay. That'll be great. All right, Mr. Morford has just recently filed one, and he says if you would speak with him, he can get you a copy to submit to the court. So, thank you, Mr. Morford.
You're welcome, Judge. Just wait for me in the hallway. Lobby. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, good.
He's gonna go.
No, he'll submit something and we'll
Same will.
enter. Okay, we're going to the jail for some hearings.
State of Ohio versus Thomas J. Coe at Orange County Jail, case number CRB 23128A and B. Christopher Ferris is on deck.
Thomas Coe, set for pre-trial.
Judge, this is the one that Mr. Thayer spoke to you about on Friday. I'm going to cover it.
There's just
Okay. Is there anything we can do here? Okay, we're going to go on to some sentencings while we're waiting on the jail to get Mr. Coe in the chair.
State of Ohio versus Patrick S. Jones, case number TRC 1978, A, B, and C. Patrick Jones. Did not check in,
Patrick Jones is set for sentencing today.
I saw that on the docket, Judge. I've not had any contact with Mr. Jones for quite some time.
He has a bond up. Mr. Showers. That's why it was set for sentencing.
Okay.
So I'll notify him. He's never done any of his community service. He paid some of his time.
Yeah, it's like a 4-year-old case. I remember him, but I've just had no contact really since that 19 TRC number.
Okay, I'll set a bond forfeiture hearing October 23rd. Bench warrant issued today. And I'll notify Mr. Sowards by text. Okay, so this is Larry Coe.
Thomas J. Coe.
Thomas Coe.
Case number CRB 23128, A and B.
Judge, this is one, I spoke with Mr. Hood. We thought that at some point Mr. Coe was at OVP, but we're not sure if he was. He's not with you. So I'm not sure what's landed him back in jail because he had a $2,500 cash surety bond, unless it was never posted.
It was not posted apparently.
Okay.
Hey, sir, I was going to ask you over here, any way I can get some treatment if I to see if I can like do any kind of treatment.
Do you have an Ohio medical card?
Yes, I do.
Do you oppose a no bond release to treatment?
Your Honor, this was first before the court on March the 3rd, and he was released from jail on a medical OR, and he before March the 3rd, and so he wasn't present on March the 3rd, and then the next week, hear from him is on a week ago, and the court said a $2,500 cash surety bond. And then my note says continue at OVP. So I don't know whether that would be modified if he got into OVP or exactly what that was about, or maybe I wasn't right at all about it.
He has a holder permit, so.
No, that explains.
Wonder if do we have any information on what the holder from Scioto is?
You know, with the
It
charge.
just says he has a holder from Scioto County.
Are you aware that you have a holder out of Scioto County, Thomas?
Yes.
Do you know what that's for?
I think it's a big funds.
Oh. Suspended license related situation?
Yes.
That's one of the files I can have, and she gave to me, there's the ones I gave her this morning, so no.
Okay.
She didn't pull them, I can have them.
So, Your Honor, okay. We have not had contact with the alleged victim at this point. Not to say that we haven't really had an opportunity to try. So,
Well, there's a resisting too, so.
well, that's right, too. So we're not in a position to just ask for an OR bond because of the seriousness of the charges. And I don't know how he's going to go to treatment unless Scioto County would release their holder, but I don't know.
Oh, so they don't have a holder.
No, they do, no, they do have a hold on that case number. They don't know, they don't know what the charge is, just on that case number.
Oh. Could we have this recalled, Your Honor?
Yes.
But that's fine.
All right, we'll recall you, Mr. Coe, and the prosecutor make some phone call.
You call them.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Ferris, case numbers TRD 143611 A and B, CRB 14828. Olivia Gilpin is on deck.
That's his first name, Richard.
Christopher Ferris.
Richard Thomas.
All right, Mr. Ferris, it looks like you missed a hearing.
I was in a bad motorcycle wreck, Judge. Broke his arm in 9 places.
Okay.
I broke his wrist. I broke my hip in 4 places. I was in ICU for 6 days. I was in the hospital for 30-some days. I'm in pretty bad shape. You can see where I broke my wrist right here, the scabbard. I can see this arm, the scars all the way down.
Okay, well, this has happened before. I see where I sent you back in April of 2022
Yes, sir.
for missing a hearing then, and you had another hearing set, then you missed that one too.
Well, the reason why I didn't come back was because I was in the hospital. What pain on my lines because I was in the hospital. But that's no excuse.
I was in the hospital, now I'm out, here I am, ready to take care of what needs to be done, rather than get, I'm assuming you didn't turn yourself in, you got drugged in by the scruff of the neck? You turned yourself in?
No, I was in Cobra Road trying to work to get money to pay fines.
Your Honor, if I may, he has a Iron Municipal failure to agreement also.
So you got another court where you fell to appear also, aren't municipal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me a chance to get it took care of, I will take care of it. I swear I will.
I get swore a lot of things, but a lot of them don't happen that get sworn to.
This guy,
Where are you living now?
I live in Russell, downtown Russell.
Well, there's your mistake. You came over and got picked up on a misdemeanor warrant.
This stuff ain't stuck here.
I agree with that, okay? That's one thing you said I agree with.
As soon as I get my lawsuits up here, as soon as I get my settlement, all this will go away, I promise you.
Well,
It's just fine. Oh, fine. I ain't had to pay this ever.
are you not able to do community service now?
I broke my hip in 4 places, broke my arm in 9 places in my.
Well, that didn't actually answer my question.
I can hardly walk, Mr. Casper.
What's your address in Russell?
456 Boyd Street, Russell, Kentucky, 41169.
How did you get picked up on this warrant?
I was working, I tried to go back to work, I can't tell her, I'm working for a guy named Brian Ball. And I've been working on his house, I'm trying to get money together, because I've been broke, I ain't got nothing.
Well, how'd that get you picked up? Because in my experience, they don't usually go and pick up people that are working on a job. I mean, usually you have to have police contact.
I was crawling around in the attic, and I climbed down out of the pool wall, and I took it right on the road, on the four-wheeler, and the cop hit me with the road on the four-wheeler. I was in an attic, I was crawling around. You could ask the cops, I had knee pads on when they arrested
Well, okay, I heard the part about working, but how did working change to being on a four-wheeler?
I was in the attic crawling around, and it was real hot yesterday, and I come down out of the attic and bring down the road. Here's the wall.
Oh,
They picked me up on the four-wheeler. I just walked, I went down the road, got a hot dog, and I'm moving, come back to work.
on a four-wheeler
On a four-wheeler.
that had no license,
I have no license.
and the four-wheeler had no license.
It's got insurance, but
Well, there's your mistake.
I know it.
Okay. I'm laughing because, I mean, use your brain, man. You know you haven't been to court, so what's that mean when you don't show up for court?
I'm an idiot.
Okay? Well, you're skipping right to the bottom line. So before that, if you don't show up for court, what happens?
I go to jail.
No, before that. You get a warrant issued for your arrest for not showing up. Okay? I'm assuming you didn't want to go to jail. You should have come into court. The smart thing to do would be walk in the door yourself and say, Judge, I missed that. I was in a wreck. Now I'm here. And I'm responsible for what I'm doing. Okay, you didn't do that, so now you're out on your own. And you say you're working, but you go to get a hot dog and a Mountain Dew on a vehicle that's not allowed to be on the road, and you said you're ripping down the road, so I'm assuming that means you're going pretty fast. Please see you. I mean, it's just not a very smart move, man. And that's what I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I'm just trying to get you to say, you know what, maybe I should think about the things that I'm doing when I'm doing it. Well, I'm trying to get you to say, if I think about things, maybe I won't be an idiot. Maybe I should walk over to get that Mountain Dew and hot dog, because if I rip down the road on an unlicensed four-wheeler, I might get picked up by the police and they're gonna find out I got a warrant, then I'm gonna go to jail.
I realize that
After the fact, you realize it. You gotta think about you gotta think about the consequences of things before you do them, not after you do them. That's the difference between you and other people that are not sitting in jail. They think about what's gonna happen to them if they do things. You don't think about it till, oh, that was a bad move on my part. You gotta think about what's gonna happen to you if you do things, before you do them. I mean, to me, that seems pretty obvious, but I get a lot of guys just like you, especially on Friday and Saturday night on US 52, been drinking overnight and ripping down US 52s, you say it. What could go wrong exceeding the speed limit after you've been drinking on US 52 late on a Friday or Saturday night? Well, what's it known for? OSP. They're going to pull you over and take you to jail. That happens all the time. People don't think. Okay. Well, at least if you start thinking, maybe I should be making better decisions. Yeah, okay. Well, when did you well, you're not getting out because you got to go see Judge Waldo, too.
But if you'll release me, I'll be one step further.
You did pay some on your fine. For a while, you were doing pretty good.
I got messed up.
Well, before I decide what to do with you, I think I want you to do a urine screen. Let's see what that shows. Methamphetamine.
Yeah, savings.
Methadone, THC. I had marijuana parts with THC, and I got prescribed methadone.
Okay, well, we'll see. I'm here for a long time, so I want to see your urine screen, then I'll decide what to do with it. So I'll have you back after your urine screen.
What if I do have methadone?
Well, I'll have to deal with it. Because if you got meth, you might have fentanyl too. And the thing is with that, It's like playing Russian roulette. Every day you go out and you get something. Because you get fentanyl, it can take you out. So I want to know. Let's do the urine screen.
State of Ohio versus Olivia L. Gilpin, case number CRB 23-591, CRB 23-592. Danielle Ham is on.
Ma'am, are you Olivia Gilpin? I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake, which is where your case is filed. You've got an assault charge filed against you. And before we go over that, I want to tell you what your rights are. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say is all on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have a lawyer appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail. You have a right to make a state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those things? Okay, the charge alleges that at Perry Township on October the 2nd, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Cheryl Phillips. Assault is a first-degree misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. And there's also 23-592. Okay, well, that's the next one. So I told you, actually, the one I read to you was 592. 591 is disorderly conduct. It alleges that on October the 1st, that's a different day, October 1st, while you were voluntarily intoxicated in a public place in the presence of more than 2 people, you engaged in conduct that was offensive or caused inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to other people who were not intoxicated. So that's the good news on that. That's a minor misdemeanor, which means there's no jail time on it. The maximum you can get is a $150 fine. So, but you do have one jailable offense, one non-jailable offense. Do you understand these charges?
Yeah.
How do you plead to them?
Not guilty,
You want a lawyer appointed?
please.
Do you have a job?
No.
You have no income right now?
Do what now?
Do you have any income?
No. No.
I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith, Mr. Tyler Smith, to represent you. He's here in the courtroom, so he's heard about your case, entering a not guilty plea for you.
Okay. Well.
And, hold on just a minute. We're going to talk about bond. What's the state's position on bond for Ms. Gilman?
Your Honor, we've just had a discussion with the Bureau of Community Corrections, the Common Police Court, and they have, she's on community control. And so the question was posed to us as to whether we thought they should put a holder on her, and I think our answer was, on the face of it, yes. That being the case, we would also ask for a $2,500 cash or surety bond.
Okay, so I'm going to set bond at $2,500 cash or surety. Sounds like you've got issues in Common Police Court too. Who's your lawyer there? Do you have a lawyer in Common Police?
Stratton.
All right.
Probably not.
Okay. Mr. Smith, I'll appoint you on this matter.
There's no way I can get an OR since, I have my daughter at home and everything.
How old's your daughter?
She's 16.
Is she in school?
Yes.
What school?
Goes to South Point High School.
Okay. Is there anyone there to take care of her? Does she ride the bus to school? How does she get to school?
Nobody's there. I wake her up. I give her a rake every day. So of course she won't get up to school. But yeah, sometimes she rides the bus, and sometimes or she'll ride with a friend, but mostly she rides the bus. It's right out front.
Does any other adults live in your household?
No.
Just,
Me and my daughter.
okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do then. Before I finalize bond, I'll let you call and talk with her. Has Children's Services been involved in your family situation at all?
No,
And who's your probation officer in common police court?
when,
All right, I'm gonna let you talk to your lawyer, Mr. Smith, and then I'll have you back after you've done that, and I'll finalize the arrangements on bond. And of course, file.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Mr. Smith's gonna call down and talk to you.
okay,
State of Ohio versus Danielle Ham, case number TRD 221048, and Caleb Langdon is on deck.
Danielle Ham. All right, Ms. Ham, I was gonna dismiss your case, you were gonna get your operator's license, then you didn't show up for the hearing.
I know, I didn't have the funds to get the card and everything else. So I was just going to,
You don't have to make it easy on me, but you gotta come to court. That's the main thing, is when you have a court date and a hearing, you gotta show up. You should have showed up and said that rather than blow it off.
I should have wrote down, well, I thought it was, that I was on October and,
August 28th was your hearing date.
it's done October the 26th. And I mean, I still have that paper message.
Well, you wrote down the wrong date. I don't know how that happened, but you could have went to court. You can call the court. You got a computer, you can go online, just pull up your case, and it'll show you what date your next hearing is. So how'd you wind up getting picked up on this warrant?
I was in the grocery store and I went out, parked my car in the parking spot, and Brian, my old man, was sleeping in the car, so they came into the store and got me out. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But I had just got in the car, and that's how I noticed how my license, I didn't have enough money to get the car itself. I had to get so
So when did this, how long you been in jail now?
I've been in jail for 4 days today.
Oh,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Monday.
well,
I am so sorry, and I don't how I want to get my license. I would like to get it off of community service.
yeah, you can do that. I would have let you do that. But you gotta come to court when you're ordered to. That's the only option I got. When people don't show up for court, you're gonna get a warrant. The only other option is if it's really minor, like a speeding ticket, you're gonna get your license suspended. That's the other option if you don't show up. But you didn't have a license, so I couldn't do that. So you got a warrant for not showing up. Okay, you'd already pled guilty, so let's just get this over with. All right, it was a driving under suspension.
It's really something to do, and I just paid all this stuff.
Well, all right, I'm going to go ahead. Since you did 4 days in jail, I won't even give you a fine. I'll order you to pay the court costs.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thank you.
And I'm not going to give, it's not even, this was a non-jailable driving under suspension, so you couldn't have got jail. The only way you can get jail on this is not come to court, which is what you did. So, well, I know. That's why you gotta do whatever it takes to comply and get into court when you're supposed to and check on it, double check it, and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to, not blow it off.
Well, hopefully I'll be getting this all taken care of, and I won't have to do every day.
Okay, I'm going to give you a review hearing on April the 1st, so you got till April the 1st to pay your court costs. You got a long time to pay your court costs. If you don't pay them, and you don't show up on April the 1st of next year, the same thing's gonna happen. You'll get a warrant for not showing up. Just take care of it, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. You'll get out of jail. If this is the only thing holding you, you're gonna get out here shortly. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Caleb Langdon, case number CRA 23332, CRB 23333, and Daniel Lucas is on.
All right, Caleb Langdon is being represented by Mr. DeWater. This is set for preliminary hearing, and he was referred previously to QRT. And it looks like Brianna's going to be involved with OVP now.
So, Judge, this morning we've had a lot of discussions with the QRT team, with representatives from OVP, and also with Caleb about the sort of severity of this situation and how this could really go haywire if he doesn't get it straightened up. I've also talked to Mr. Heald about it, so I think the state of Ohio is agreeable to amending his bond to a signature bond, and making it a condition of his bond that he go from his current state of incarcerated to program at OVP. They've got a bed available now for him. And then the QRT team is going to continue to monitor him and work with him. He understands what his obligations are there. The case may wind up in common pleas court if he doesn't successfully complete the QRT program, and so he understands that also.
Okay.
Well, the decision as to whether it goes to the grand jury is not going to be based on his success with the QRT and in the program. It's going to be based on everything that's happened up to this point and whether we feel like it needs to be indicted. So, but that gets it out of this court. He gets it back in treatment in a place where he believes he can be successful, and certainly it can't hurt him to be successful in treatment. So we want him to be. And
so now, is he going without an ankle monitor to treatment or with an ankle monitor to treatment?
We're agreeable to doing it without, and that's just because Mr. DeLauder's been so effective in convincing me that he wants to get that help and that he's not going to leave, because now he's going to be in a place where he wants to be. And if he does, we'll indict him, we'll issue a warrant for him, and then we'll go the other route.
So while he's at OVP, is the case staying here, or is it going on to the grand jury?
Going on to the grand jury.
Okay.
So he would, and I've talked to Caleb at length this morning about waiving his right to a preliminary hearing based on the discussions we've had today. He's indicated to me that that's what he wants to do. I don't know how you do that when people
send a waiver down to the jail.
That's fine.
I mean, should have you look at, sign it, and then send it down.
Yes, sir, and I've already gone over the contents of the waiver with him, and he's indicated to me that he intends to waive his right to a preliminary hearing. Now, that'll handle, he also has some traffic tickets, Judge. He doesn't have a driver's license, and so he got a ticket for not having a driver's license. He also got a turn signal ticket and a distracted driving ticket.
And possession of marijuana.
And he's also got a misdemeanor non-traffic offense for possession of marijuana.
But these are all the same day, so I mean, they can't go to the grand jury.
It's all the same thing, so I didn't know how Mr. Hill wanted to handle that, but.
Usually they take it, if it arises out of the same incident, then it all goes to the grand jury.
That's fine.
So we'll just nolly the misdemeanors to the grand jury. He's going to waive the felony to the grand jury.
Yes.
And have you been able to hear everything your lawyer has said to the court, Mr. Langdon? You have any questions or agree with what your lawyer said? What's your position on this?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Your Honor, if I may, I've also made it a condition for his involvement with deflection that when he completes OVP, he's to go into longer-term treatment.
Okay, you understand that? It's not going to be just a 30-day and out. Okay, so we'll send down a waiver for him to sign. Case is going to be nolly here to grand jury, and I guess actually to deflection to this point.
It's waived.
Yes, it is waived. Or waived and granted, okay.
What about his bond? Do you still want it to be?
It'll be 10,000 OR,
Thank you.
10,000 OR bond.
And Judge, I've executed a written waiver on behalf of Mr. Langdon, so.
Does he know when he has to report to the court?
So he's going to leave there in their care, in OVP's
Yeah,
care,
OVP
right?
Be
is gonna
released
pick
only
him
to
up
OVP from
at
jail.
the jail, yes.
And then QRT has already been in contact with OVP, and they've got their system of communication ready. So Caleb will know what he needs to do when he gets out and gets in OVP. They'll advise him who he needs to contact when.
Okay, any questions about anything? Okay, take advantage of this. I would just say this, you're at risk if you left treatment before, if you leave treatment again. The biggest thing is I'm afraid for your own welfare. Because I think you know what I'm talking about. What could happen at your own hand. I'm not counting what could happen legally, but there's a lot of dangerous stuff out in the community, so you need to stay in treatment. Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Lucas, case number TRC 23-1414 A, B, and C. Ryan McLean is on deck.
Sir, are you Daniel Lee Lucas? Good morning. It is still morning. It seems like afternoon, but it's morning still. Mr. Lucas, I'm Judge Capper. Your case is being heard at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is located in Chesapeake. So you are appearing in the court on a television monitor right now.
I understand.
And it's all being recorded. So whatever you say is going down on the record. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything, but if you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to go over the charges with you. It's alleged that on September the 30th at 1:22 a.m. in Fayette Township, you were operating a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol. It's alleged that you took a breath test and tested 16 on the breath test. That's over what's called the per se level under Ohio law. The state's alleging you've got 4 prior convictions. It looks like 2 of those would be in the look-back period, Mr. Field.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it looks like this is the third in 10 years.
Okay, this is, state's alleging this is your 3rd operating a vehicle intoxicated charge within the last 10 years. So that has some consequences as far as the types of penalties you're facing. On a 3rd offense, with your test score, the maximum penalty is 1 year in jail, $2,750 fine, 12-year license suspension, forfeiture of the vehicle if it was titled to you. The minimum penalty on this offense is 30 days in jail, $850 fine, 2-year license suspension, and forfeiture of the vehicle. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Then you've got a driving out of your lane charge. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. And not wearing a safety belt. That's a mandatory $30 fine if you're found. So you have 3 charges. Do you understand the 3 charges filed against you?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
I don't know what to say right now.
The safest plea is always not guilty. Your choices are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Your OVI is considered an unusually serious charge because most of the cases in this court carry a maximum of 6 months in jail. This one actually carries a year in jail. So if you want to enter a guilty plea to it, you have to sign a written waiver to enter a guilty plea. So, you can enter guilty, not guilty, or no contest. What plea do you wish to enter?
You said safe would be not guilty, so I'll go with what you said, that's safest.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
I volunteer at the Lawrence County Common Park. I've been repainting things, cleaning up at the old jail and everything.
But you're not getting paid for that?
I'm getting a monthly paycheck from that.
How much is that?
Roughly about 100 to 250, somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, it's a volunteer job, but I do get paid slightly for it.
I'll appoint Attorney Roger Smith to represent you. Entered a not guilty plea. Disposition on bond.
State would ask for a $5,000 cash or surety bond.
Judge, I'll call down and speak to him about bond, if you don't mind, and recall it. If we could do
Okay,
that.
we'll recall it. I'll let you talk to your lawyers and I'll decide bond later.
State of Ohio versus Ryan McLean, case number CRA 23584.
Ryan McLean.
LaRon Taylor is on deck.
Taylor's on deck. All right, Mr. McLean, I gave you some time to post bond. It looks like you were unable to do that.
No, I didn't put it on, Your Honors.
Okay. Well, there is a bond, there's a bond in here. Is there a holder from another court, or what's going on? Okay, I think this is one where you got a holder from Scioto County
Yes, Your Honor.
also, but we don't have any, we don't have a warrant from Scioto County.
Right. Also, I did speak to my probation officer in Washington, and I've discussed that with him, I heard myself tell him that everything's fine with that, just communication with reporting.
Do you think they withdrawn your warrant then, or is it still in effect?
It's probably still in effect, but I've been talking to him.
Okay. Oh, Pike County, not Scioto. Okay. Can someone from the prosecutor's office contact Pike County? Because we got dueling warrants, I guess, but the one hasn't been submitted yet, the one from Pike County.
What's his name?
Ryan McLean, McClean. Washington is the one we have. Date of birth, 8/5/85. Last four digits, social, 1090. So I'm going to recall you, Mr. McLean, after I have the prosecutor contact Pike County. And let them know there is a warrant. If they want to get him from Washington County, he's got a warrant from Washington County also.
Mr. Hill, the work from Pike County had not even been sent to our sheriff's office yet.
Does he have charges here too?
No. It's just a Rule 4.
Well, it looks to me like if he wanted to go to Washington, he could go on there and...
Well, they wouldn't release him because of the Pike County warrant, I'm assuming, but we don't have it in hand.
State of Ohio versus LaRon Taylor, case number CRA 23588. Brittany Eflin is on deck.
Sir, are you LaRon Taylor? You are LaRon Taylor? All right, Mr. Taylor, I'm Judge Capper from Lawrence County Municipal Court. It's alleged there's a warrant for you from a different jurisdiction, from Kentucky, from the Department of Corrections. They're saying they have a warrant for a LaRon Taylor with a date of birth of June 30th. June 30th is the date of birth on this.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. Social, last four digits, 9954.
Yes, sir.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Well, here's the way this works. It's an extradition proceeding. You have the right to have a hearing and to have a lawyer if you want a lawyer. If you're not sure they're seeking the right person and they have a right to compel you to come to Kentucky, we can have a hearing about that here in this court, and I'll appoint a lawyer for you if you can't afford one.
It ain't even that, sir. I just don't know why I picked it up. It's all right.
Well, what it says is absconding, parole, supervision, failure to attend treatment for substance use. That's what it's a parole violation warrant issued from the Kentucky Parole Board.
Do you know when that was issued, sir?
March 29th, 2017.
I've been on the streets since 17 for the last 5 years. I live not far from the police station. The police come to my house probably 2-3 times a day because of police chicks. Anybody ever said nothing about that?
Well, you want to fight it then? I can get you a lawyer.
No, I just want to hurt you this over with.
Okay. Well, the only thing I can do, I can either say the warrant's bad and let you out, or I can say the warrant's good and send you to Kentucky. So you're saying you don't want to fight it, you want to go to Kentucky and fight it over there.
I can fight it off and throw it out.
Well, I can't do that. Okay, so what's going to happen then, you're going to waive extradition. That means you're agreeing to go to Kentucky, and then whatever happens over there happens. You know, you can have a hearing about whether they were negligent or whatever and not come to pick you up sooner. I don't know how that will go, but that sounds like that's your argument. So we'll send down a waiver. It's not a county, it's the parole board,
Okay.
Kentucky Parole Board. So, I'm going to send down a waiver of extradition for you to execute. We got a form on that? Usually I have one in the file, but I don't.
They have them out front.
Oh, it is in here, I just overlooked it. Okay, sorry. So the Kentucky Parole Board needs to be notified he's available. Now I'm going to put him back on my docket 1 week from, well, it's going to be the 10th, actually, October 10th, because the 9th's a holiday. Well, eventually I'll release you if they don't come and get you. That's usually not a problem, but what I'm going to do, I'm ordering they come pick you up before next Tuesday, because that's the next time we'll have court in a reasonable period of time. If you're still in the jail next Tuesday, then I'm going to see you just like this, and we'll talk about that, why you're still in jail, and if they have some good reason why they didn't pick you up. Hopefully, you'll already be back in Kentucky, the Commonwealth. So I'm going to send down a form for you to look over and sign that waives your right to an extradition hearing. So look that over. If you want to sign it, sign it. If you don't want to sign it, then we'll have an extradition hearing down the road at some point. I understand, yeah. But that's the options.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Eplin, case numbers 23-589 A and B. And Christopher Ferris is on deck.
All right, ma'am, are you Brittany Eplin?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes. I was looking forward to go home today.
Okay, well, just hold on. Let me lead you through this and we'll get through it quick. So I'm going to explain your rights to you, and then I'm going to tell you why you're here, what the charges are. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, everything is being recorded. So whatever you say is going down on the record. If you admit something about your case, the prosecutor sitting right here, he can replay that over and over and use it against you. So you don't have to say anything. You can have an attorney appointed. If you can't afford one, you have a right to bail and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things? Okay, the first charge is menacing. It alleges that on September the 30th of this year, you knowingly caused Clarence Ellswick to believe you would cause physical harm to either his person or his property. That's a menacing charge. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty, 30 days in jail, $250 fine.
He's supposed to take that down today. I know that not to mention.
All right, well, I only know what I've got in front of me. I have the charge. The B case is domestic violence. It alleges that Rome Township, September 30th, you knowingly caused or attempted to cause physical harm to Clarence S. Ellswick, and that he's either a member of your family or a member of your household. So that's a 1st-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine.
If you let me out, I'll stay somewhere else.
Okay, well, we're not to that point. So do you understand the 2 charges?
Yes.
You have, well, how do you want to plead to these charges?
I'm pretty guilty, sir, but
Well, if you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting these charges are true. Are you sure that's what you want to do?
no, sir, no, sir.
Okay, so I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
Are you working? Do you have a job?
No, I don't.
All right.
I just want to go home, sir.
I understand. Everybody in jail wants to go home, or at least they want to leave the jail. Nobody wants to stay in jail. So I get that. Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you to represent Ms. Eplin. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. So I'm going to hear what the prosecutor is going to request for bail here in just a moment.
Your Honor, this gentleman, Clarence Ellswick, is here, and I've been speaking with him about the situation. He is Miss Eplin's stepfather, and Miss Eplin's mother's here too, and they have grave concerns about Miss Eplin's drug use. And the deputy who investigated this indicates in his assessment that she appeared to be highly impaired when he was there at the residence. So we're going to encourage her into treatment.
I'll go into
I'll go to treatment and see, if you let me go, I'll go to treatment, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
We don't want her out until she's accepted into a program.
I will go into a program, I will go into a program.
Have you been to treatment before?
Yes, sir, I have. But
Where?
I'll go back. It's G-O.
Where's that? Okay, Suboxone, is that a Suboxone clinic?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll go there, I'll go get help.
Do you have Ohio medical card?
If he's got a CARES for
Yes,
his card.
sir. Yes, sir, I think so.
If he's got a CARES for his card.
All right.
I'll do it, I'll do whatever you want me to go, look at help.
Well, I want to get you clean and sober. That's what I want to do.
That's not the same thing that I want for me, my husband.
Do you have any children? Children. Where's the child?
The child with you all? Where's the child at with you all? Her child?
I'll be able to get treatment.
No, does she have a child?
Oh, no, she didn't.
Okay, so she's not in your home. Okay.
She
Can I be
doesn't,
released
she
today if I
doesn't, she
get
couldn't.
treatment?
Ma'am, just hold on.
Ms. Epley's child is not in her custody, lives in another household, just visits at their household.
Okay. We don't have any concerns about that child's welfare then that we need to cover?
And you don't want a protection order either, right? And he doesn't want a protection order.
All right, I'm going to have you assessed by Bethesda. This is a faith-based program. Are you agreeable to going to a faith-based program?
Yes, I'm agreeing with that.
Okay, so someone's going to call to talk to you, but it sounds like there's methamphetamine and opioids both has been a problem in the past. What's family things? Think that's correct? Okay. And you're 23 years old. Okay, I'm working on getting you a place, but this is not going to be one thing you need to understand. When you go to treatment, you have to do what they tell you to do, when they tell you to do it, and you're not in charge of your own treatment. They're in charge of it.
I will, sir. I will do everything that they tell me to do. I promise.
Okay, and I'm going to let them assess you, but it's probably going to be inpatient treatment.
Okay, that's fine.
That means you go there and stay. Okay, so we'll have you get an assessment by phone. Then after they do the assessment, I'll have you back and we'll decide what the terms are of you going to treatment and how we're going to handle the case.
Am I going to be released today?
Probably. I haven't decided yet. So I'll have you back after you talk to the people from the treatment program. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes.
He's gonna call your case back, Ms. Epley, after you've talked to Bethesda.
And you've got a lawyer now too, so he may talk to you also before we come back. Mr. Morford. He's been here and heard everything that's transpired.
State of Ohio recalls Christopher Ferris at the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRD 143611 A and B, CRB 14828. Olivia Gilpin is on deck.
Okay, we were going to get a urine screen.
He is not, he's never gave me.
Okay, we don't need to recall him yet then. I'm not going to recall him until I get a urine screen.
Mr. Catholic, I'm already in drugs, I'm already in,
I'm not recalling you till you get a urine screen. If it takes a month, I'll wait a month.
State of Ohio versus Olivia L. Gilpin, case number CRB 23591, CRB 23592. Thomas J. Coe is on deck.
This is Mr. Smith's case?
Yes, Your Honor. I talked to Ms. Gilpin and also with Mr. Hield. Evidently, with, I guess, a potential CCS violation that may be submitted by the probation department, and her PO is Lynn Stewart, and I believe it's their intention to seek a holder, so.
So it's academic.
So it's academic. I mean, it'd be easier for if down the road, if they, when she gets to come police court and they get her into treatment or whatever they may do, I don't know what they're going to do as far as bond there. I'd ask that we get a OR bond set, but I understand that, I don't know if the holder's been in place yet or not. I sent a text to Ms. Stewart, she hasn't responded, and I don't know if Mr. Hield's heard back from her yet or not.
They intend to put a holder. The first thing that she asked us was, what are the charges and how serious they appear to be? And I didn't, knowing that what I know, they appear to be solid. And they're probably, and I'm not trying to make decisions for them or put words in their mouths, but they probably want to see her in treatment of some sort, but I don't think that's something that can be done today because of whether they want her in common police court or not. We don't know yet.
Well, it sounds like maybe we need to set some sort of bond and then come back pretty quickly.
That's fine, Ron.
I'll set the $2,500 that the state requested, and what's your availability in the next week or so?
I can be here Friday or Monday, Ron.
Or
Tuesday, I'm sorry, Tuesday. Yes.
Let's do Tuesday. That's the 10th. October 10th is going to be your next hearing at 10 o'clock. 2,500 cash or surety.
State of Ohio versus Thomas J. Coe, case number CRB 23-128, A and B. And Daniel Lucas is on deck.
Thomas Coe is actually Mr. Steyer's case, but Mr. Smith is stepping in for him today.
And I've tried to call him and get a busy signal at the jail. I did talk to John Major. Apparently he served 86 days on a Scioto County charge. Are you serving time on a Scioto County charge now?
I don't think so. I think this was just for a resisting charge, serving here. I got a big fine on that, so this is not an order. I started doing IoT and I screwed up. So I started using it. I've been doing it for a while. It's possible. So I'm just trying to get my idea. That's why I asked for treatment.
Well, I think the consensus is that we would get you in treatment. That holder is causing a problem. I know the probation department here, he called, it's about 11:45. He finally found out they're out to lunch in Scioto County. So, Judge, I don't know if we...
Your Honor, I looked up that case in Scioto County, and it's a 2019 case. And on October 17, 2019, there's an order that says that his probation was revoked and he was ordered to serve 180 days in jail. After that, in March of 2020, so 5 months after that order, there was a warrant issued. So I don't know whether he did any of that time out of that 6 months, but he wouldn't have had time to do 6 months. Then the warrant was recalled that same month in March of 2020, and then another warrant for his arrest in August of 2021. So I asked Mr. Major to call their probation department and find out whether he was going to be placed in custody for the rest of that 180 days if he got back there. That would give us some ability to figure out what to do. In the meantime, we've also spoken with the alleged victim in this matter, and since this happened, they also have learned a little bit more about him because he actually is a neighbor of theirs, and they believe that he has severe drug and maybe mental health issues that led to this, and they want to see him in treatment. But I don't think there's any way for us to order him into treatment here while that other situation's pending. So I don't know, maybe Mr. Major, you don't have anything new on that?
No, I do not.
What I would, just thinking out of the box here, we go ahead and give him an OR bond released only to an inpatient treatment provider, and if he can get out, fine. If not, come back Friday or Monday and revisit. That'll give a chance for Mr. Major to talk to their probation department. They might say, hey, that sounds great, or they might say, nope, we want him here. But today, that might at least solve today's issue, if he had no OR bond released only to a treatment provider.
That would be amazing, like, I just wanted to.
Well, okay, well, it depends on Sauter County. Our probation board, the Lawrence County Probation Department's going to work with Sauter County, try to see if they're agreeable with that, or we might be here Friday or Monday, whichever's more convenient for the court, with your actual attorney, and I'll keep you advised of what's going on.
Well, my problem is on that, he was released initially back in March and ordered to come in, and he blew that off. So I don't have any confidence that he will come back to court on an OR bond. He didn't before. So why would he?
I was using drugs, Your Honor, I made a mistake. You know what I mean? I tried to get him back up, that's why, I didn't even just make courts. That's what I get back to it.
So
if I was given a chance, I will go back to court, like,
you're the second person today that's swore that they would come back. And actually, nobody ever says, if you release me, Judge, I'm never coming back. But you know what? A lot of people I release don't come back. So I'm a little skeptical of what you tell me.
If you do so,
So I'll lower it down to $1,500 cash or surety for his bond, and then when I come back.
In a week, Judge, if that's not too busy.
That's the 10th.
Oh, the Tuesday. Lucas here that Tuesday, yes.
Okay. He is
Columbus Day, yes.
Okay, October the 10th will be his next hearing. Hopefully by then we'll have a little more clarity on the issues outside of the county. You think you can post a bond, Mr. Code? I lowered it. $1,500 cash or surety. You want to talk to a bail bondsman?
I would like to, talk to my family if I could. Oh, my family, see if they can help.
Okay.
I can have Mr. Sowers call down there. Is somebody here for his family? Do you have a contact number for who you want him to talk to in your family that he might be able to contact?
No, I can't contact the parents.
No, I mean, Mr. Sowers can call. If you give me a number and who it is, I'll have him call them about your bond.
Yes, it's 740.
740-961.
2397.
2397, and who is that?
3397. Was it 3397 or 2397?
2397.
Okay, 2397.
961-2397. Who is that?
That's my mother-in-law,
Dawn? I will pass this on to Mr. Sowers here in the next 10 minutes. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Lucas on recall, TRC 23-1414, A, B, and C.
Daniel Lucas is Mr. Smith's case.
I just talked to his fellow. He's going to post the bond. He's, I think, out in the hallway now calling Mr. Sowers.
Okay, I don't think I set a number yet, though.
5,000 cash surety.
5,000 is what the state requested.
Yes, he says he can post that. He's in contact with Mr. Sowers.
All right, 5,000 cash or surety. When do you want to come back for the next hearing?
I know you said the 16th is bad. I'm here the 20th.
23rd is good.
I'm starting a jury trial. That whole week's blocked off the 10th.
20th, well, no, I'm going to keep the 20th out.
Yeah.
27th,
Let's see.
or is that whole week bad?
That whole week, it's blocked off through that. I can't imagine it'll go that long, but it might. I'm in September. That would have in October.
October 30th?
Actually, it's only blocked off 4 days, Judge. I could do the 27th. That'd be better for me.
All right, October 27 will be Mr. Lucas' next hearing. So, Mr. Lucas, that's the last Friday in October. You got to be at court in Chesapeake at 10 a.m. You understand that?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Brittany Eplin, the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23589, A and B.
Mr. Morford's case, and we had an evaluation done, assessment, treatment. What say you?
Impatient, definitely. My fear a little bit is that she's gonna run.
I'm not gonna run, ma'am. If my mom can pick me up and take me to you guys, I won't run.
I already told you she can't. You go straight from jail into inpatient, just like I explained. She needs medical.
Okay.
She needs medical.
What's the state's?
How long do I have to stay in there?
Well, you're not exhibiting the signs we want to see for somebody who's going to go to treatment, because you're not really interested in treatment. You're only interested in getting out of jail.
I am interested in.
You need to change your life. You got to change your life. You can't use meth. You can't use fentanyl. And you got, hold up, listen. You listen to me. Be quiet. There's a lot of methamphetamine and fentanyl in our community right now. And especially the fentanyl is deadly. People your age are dying from fentanyl. And you may not even know you're getting it. You think you're getting some meth, you're getting some fentanyl with it. So, and you've got a child. You've got a child that you don't have custody of, but I'm assuming you've got some kind of relation with, you're getting to visit. So that's really important. What did I tell you? Be quiet. You're supposed to be listening, not talking right now. So, you've got a lot of reasons to get clean and sober. This is not about you getting out of jail. This is not about you getting to do what you want to do. It's about you changing your life.
Yes, sir.
Back to what I think we spoke about this morning, I don't think she's ready for treatment. I think she needs to stay in jail a little while longer.
No, I am ready. I'm promising.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I'll see you on Friday. I'm setting bond at $5,000 cash or surety. And when I see you on Friday, I want someone who is interested in getting sober and clean.
I am interested in getting sober and clean.
I'll see you Friday.
Ms. Eplin, this is Butch Morford. Do not argue with the court. The court has spoken. We will see you Friday. You're in the story.
What can I do for the patient?
In the story, ma'am. The judge has spoken. We will see you Friday. Don't sit
Mr.
there
Murphy, if
and...
you would, I'd like for you to call and talk to her, and tell her what the court's looking for. I
Yes,
want to
Judge.
see you interested in getting clean and sober, not so interested in just getting out of jail. I've had 3 people in the last month run that I sent to treatment, one of which OD'd. I don't want to see that happen to you. This has got to be for you, not for me.
I'll call her now.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's the only case we had left at the jail, it's just for Ferris when we do the results of the urine screen.
Okay.
So State of Ohio versus Dustin L. Brown, case number CRB 12-1046, Mr. Cremines' case.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Branham is in MAT.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, fresh start.
And I believe that's run through King's Daughters Medical Center.
First start. Yeah.
Okay, these my copies to keep, or?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Come back in another month approximately?
That'd be fine, Your Honor. I'm free November 13th if we could do that date.
That'll be fine. November 13 will be the next hearing at 10 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thanks, sir.
State of Ohio versus Cameron Spitzer, case number TRC 231161, A and B. Cameron Spitzer.
Mr. Kameen's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, discovery's been filed on this matter, and I believe it's been answered. I cannot recall if I've received the video or not yet. I haven't had an opportunity to review it. If we can maybe come back in 2 weeks.
How about 3? 23rd. 16th is really bad.
I cannot do the 23rd, Your Honor. I can do, let me make sure.
27th or 30th are okay.
27th, Your Honor, would be better for me.
Okay, October 27th will be the next hearing, the pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cindy K. Van Bibber, case number CRB 23508.
This is Mr. Smith's case, sentencing. She's at ARC.
She is, Your Honor. She's doing very well in treatment. I spoke to her case manager Friday, and she said she's made a lot of progress.
Good. How do you want to proceed on this? Just continue to monitor?
We'd be okay with that.
That's
Fine.
agreeable?
That, it is, Your Honor.
Does it matter what day of the week it is for her?
Mondays or Fridays, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, whichever.
November 13th. It's a Monday. Be a sentencing hearing, 10 o'clock. Good job with your treatment. Keep it up.
Thank you, I will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Ryan Johnson, case number TRC 23317, A and B.
This is Mr. Stratton's case, and he's appearing by telephone.
Yes, Your Honor. I sent you a letter this morning from the, and he has an additional letter for you.
He's at RRG.
Yes.
It's recommended that he continue, and this is from Mr. Matney. Signed by James Matney. Okay, is the state agreeable with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have your calendar available, Mr. Stratton? So I'm looking in the 1st of November. What's your availability?
I believe I am good for starting to have any days.
November 6th?
Perfect. Yeah, that'll work.
November 6th will be the next hearing for sentencing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Prosecutor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Tracy L. DeMint, case number TRC 22548, A, B, and C, TRC 2277, A, B, and C, TRC 213522, A, B, and C. Tracy.
This is Mr. Morford's case. He may be on the phone. he's been at Bethesda. The last report I got is from the 9/24, so I don't know if there's an update. You're fine.
Take the lead.
Thank you. Okay, it's a good report.
Oh, this is Matthew White. That's not me. That's what
I didn't have the wrong report. It was a good report.
I'm gonna say no way. Sorry, Judge, I was given the wrong report.
Okay, it's a good one. I got the right one. It's good.
I was about ready to have a heart attack. What in the world? Thank you.
She does that as a joke sometimes.
I do, I'm just trying to keep it festive in here.
It's not that funny.
This old heart can't take it. Yeah, really. That's a little bit better.
Well, where are we? I mean, we've been at this for a while, but he's had an issue for a while, so I don't know if we're far enough down the road or we need to keep going.
I think he just recently had a medical procedure. We wouldn't graduate him because sometimes those are stressors in life, so we would continue to monitor.
All right. State's agreeable with that.
Well, yes, and I just want to say that, I know we've been on this and working with him for a long time, and I hope that the benefit that he's gained from it is enough for him to feel like that he's gained from this experience, because when we first encountered this whole situation, I thought he was in a really bad place in life, and we knew that he had the ability to overcome. And I almost hate to say at this point that we feel like he's reached that level of completion just because of the fact we want so much for him to succeed. Hopefully he doesn't look at this as wasted time at this point. Because, so we'd like to have him come back some more.
All right, we'll stretch it out a little further though than what we have been doing. Let's make it December 4th as this next hearing. So it'll make it about 2 months.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir. Judge, may I approach?
Yes. Recently, I think.
Well, I know I gotta go back and see this, as I said.
And she still says that she's
So, now I'm gonna.
Okay.
So I think we need to let her
I just wanna let you know. Is that something today? Okay, now.
better than everybody in the
Agreed. Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Brian Montroso, case number CRB 1733, CRB 15543 A and B, CRB 14593, CRC 111387.
Brian is here. This is on sentencing. He just has bond up, so can you pay on your fines today, Mr. Montroso?
Yes, sir.
How much?
10.
All right, see the clerk. Make your payment. Your next hearing will be November 3rd
Thank you.
for sentencing.
Is that at 9 o'clock hearing, Judge?
10,
10.
because he has a bond up now.
That's true.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Chad A. Sheets, case number CRB 18729.
This is set for sentencing. Mr. Sheets has a bond in place now. And all you gotta do is pay $50 and do your community service.
Yes, sir.
When are we gonna get that done?
I'm gonna come Saturday. I heard you say the 7th, because I'm having trouble. My wife works all the time and I ain't got no license, so I can't drive myself.
Where do you live?
Galpolis.
Okay. Well, do you have any place in Galpolis where you can do community service?
Yes, Your Honor, you can come over to the office and I'll let him know.
Okay, see Mr. Cooper, he's gonna be here Saturday though, to get double credit.
Yeah, I'll come Saturday for sure. So
Okay,
no-
your next hearing then is gonna be November the 13th. You get it finished by then, you don't have to come back.
All right, thank you.
10 o'clock, November 13th.
10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Emily A. Whitmere Shields, case number CRA 2971, CRB 2972.
So, on that decline.
Okay, you're Emily Whitmore Shields.
Yes.
Ms. Shields, it's alleged that you missed a review hearing back in November of 2021, so it's been a while, almost 2 years. And that was on a theft offense and a carrying concealed weapon charge. So you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do say things, it's on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. Do you understand the charge against you that you missed a hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
So how do you plead or you admit or deny that you missed a hearing?
I admit it.
Do you have an explanation?
Yes, I was pregnant. I didn't realize. I just went through a miscarriage, and then I fell pregnant again. And
Now?
What is it?
You are
No,
pregnant?
I had one before. My daughter's a year old. She just turned a year old.
What about now?
Yeah, I'm pregnant now.
Okay, I'm afraid of asking that, but with you, I felt pretty safe. 'Cause
No, you're okay. You're okay.
There's been 2 times where I've said that, and the people said, no, I'm not pregnant.
I am.
You're a little obviously pregnant, so I thought the others were too, but they said no.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you did your community service, it looks like. You've got fines and court costs to pay.
Yes, Your Honor. I can pay on some of those today, too.
How much are you paying?
400.
Okay, see the clerk to pay, make a payment. I'll withdraw the warrant. I'll give you a new review hearing date. Since you came in on your own, I won't give you any additional punishment as long as you get this done. I'm going to set your next hearing for November 20th. If you've paid it off by then, you don't have to come back.
Your Honor,
That'll be
that's,
at 9 o'clock on November 20th.
Your Honor, that's my due date. I could
Oh,
come
okay.
before then. Sorry.
Well, I'll go to December then.
Perfect.
I'll make it December 18th.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
So December 18, 9 o'clock, but pay it all off before then, you don't have to come in.
Okay.
Go see the clerk.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Patrick S. Jones, case number TRC 19378, A, B, and C.
All right, Patrick Jones, Mr. Sowers texted me that you were coming in. This was on a sentencing, you got a bond up. I'll cancel the warrant that I'd issued since you did show up. And you've got community service and fines and costs to pay.
Yeah, I just had a newborn. I've been pretty tied up with him. But I'll get started on that Saturday.
Okay, you'll be here Saturday?
Yeah, I'll be here for sure Saturday.
Do you have a payment on your fines?
I could probably make a $20 payment.
Okay, do that. You gotta get this community service done, or I'm gonna have to put you in jail, and I don't wanna do that.
Okay, I will.
November 6th is your next review hearing, or I'm sorry, sentencing hearing. It's at 10 o'clock. Go see the clerk, and I'll let Mr. Sowers know you showed up.
All right, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Ferris at the Lawrence County Jail on a recall, case number TRD 143611 A and B, CRB 14828. Ryan McLean is on deck.
Big hole down here.
Okay, Keith Cooper.
State of Ohio recalls Keith Cooper, case number TRC 21121 A and B, CRB 21288.
All right, Mr. Cooper, can you be here tomorrow for community service? Yes, sir. Okay. I'll release you then on your promise to be here tomorrow and Saturday. You'll be here Saturday both. And then I'll set your next hearing, and that's going to be
What day is Saturday?
7th. It'll be a sentencing hearing because he has a bond up.
Okay.
So set it for November 6th for sentencing at 10 o'clock. So you can come other days other than those two, but for sure, if you don't come those days, then I'm going to be looking to put you in jail. Okay, tomorrow and Saturday. All right, you can be released. All right, Mr. Ferris, I got your results back. You tested positive for amphetamines, methadone, methamphetamine, and THC. Sure you're not surprised by that, are you? Are you still living at Kitts Hill? Where are you living? Okay, say again, I couldn't hear you. Oh, that's right, you told me, it's Russell, Kentucky. I'm still, his audio is not coming through very well. It's really muffled.
I'm in Iowa Beach, over there in Kentucky.
Where?
Paddling.
Well, you're getting methadone from the methadone clinic in Ashland? Do they,
I thought marijuana was a chronic thing.
do they know you're taking methamphetamine too?
No, I haven't been that's true. They probably won't buy that for it.
Are you on probation in Kentucky?
Yes.
Who's your probation officer?
I don't have a clue.
Is that Boyd County?
Green.
Bring up?
Yeah.
Here's James James.
And Hey, Mike, I missed mine, I don't need to know, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Because Missy was back here frantically looking for his calls.
Okay, I'll send you to time served for contempt of not coming to your hearing previously. I'm ordering you to seek treatment. And I'm going to have my probation officer notify your probation officer in Graham County what your tests are. And then I'll set your next hearing here for November the 6th.
So I will be released from here today.
Yes, sir. 9 o'clock, November the 6th.
Thank you, Mr. Captain.
You're welcome.
I think I'm done, Mr. Captain, right?
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Ryan McLean on a recall from Orange County Jail, case number CRA 23584.
Oh my God, that's fine.
Yeah, figure out.
Hold on just a minute. Why don't we find out what the prosecutor found out before you say anything? What did the prosecutor find out?
There's a felony warrant out of Pike County. However, they have not placed a holder on him. And we talked to them about they needed to forthwith. Otherwise, we would suggest that the Washington County holder would apply just as well.
Right.
And they can send their holder to Washington County.
Exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, you heard that, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Yes, with Pike County, I'm on probation in Pike County and Washington County, and I've completed treatment, and my Pike County probation officer, I hadn't spoken to them yet, and I'm in treatment where I'm getting the sublocade shot, and I'm doing everything good. I promise you, if I'm allowed to do that, I will go to my probation officer. I've spoken to the one in Washington County, and he doesn't want me incarcerated. He just wants me to proceed. It's honestly the same thing. I've always turned myself in on anything I've ever been in trouble for. I will, if I'm allowed to do it willingly, I want to complete my treatment, get the sublocade shot so that I don't fall back into addiction like I used to. I'm doing really good, and this is all honestly a misunderstanding. It's not me trying to avoid any of my probation officers, nothing like that. I'm finally doing good, and
Do you know what's the name of your probation officer in Washington County?
My fiance's talked to him. I don't know his name exactly. I haven't been able to call him because we spoke to him Friday.
Well, if he would call the court and say, I want this man released on an OR bond, and we could verify who it was, we probably would do that, but that hasn't happened. All I have is a warrant from Washington County. No one's contacted us from Washington County saying, oh, this is all a mistake. We want him released on an OR bond.
I promise, I paid the bond on that one. I promise you I will turn myself in on that one.
Oh, he does have a bond up, so, well, here's what I'm going to do. Pike County hasn't done anything to process the warrant, so I'm going to go ahead and order the sheriff to release you because you have a bond up with Mr. Sowers for $5,000, right? You paid him the money for a $5,000 bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Gary Sowers would go to Antarctica to collect somebody if they fail to appear for $5,000. So if you don't show up, he's going to hunt you down. So you got the bond up. I'm going to order the sheriff to release him, release Mr. McLean, to go to Washington County. Then I'm going to give you this week to go up there and turn yourself in. So I want to have word by Friday, that's when I had come back for court on October the 6th, you will have reported to Washington County before we have court on October the 6th at 10 o'clock. Or the other option is you can show up in my court on October the 6th at 10 o'clock and explain why you were not able to get up to Washington County. Those are your two options. Show up in Washington County before October the 6th, or show up in my court October the 6th in Chesapeake. You know where the court is in Chesapeake?
Yes.
At 10 o'clock, and explain why you couldn't get to Washington County.
A lot of it is because my license is like 2 hours away and getting up there. They were supposed to transfer down here.
Well, you're gonna cause me to tell an old story I haven't told for a while. I don't think anybody here has probably heard this. But you know, I went to Marietta College, which is in Washington County. It's in Marietta, obviously. And I was so homesick, I had a girlfriend back here. I came home every weekend. Well, one weekend, nobody would come get me. So I thumbed home. That's back in the day when people would do that. Hitchhike, thumb. It took 2 hours to drive it. I made it in 2 hours and 30 minutes, thumbing. 3 rides. One from Marietta to the north end of Galquist, one through Galquist, one on the south end of Galquist within
You take Route 7 and Route 2 all the way down.
Route 7, the whole way. So it's just a matter of motivation. If you're motivated to get someplace, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I understand.
So no excuses. Get up there and get it done by Friday, or show up here by Friday and explain why you haven't. If you show up and get the warrant withdrawal, your case here is over. If you don't show up there and you don't show up here, Mr. Sowers is going to be hunting you down, taking you back to jail. You understand that?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So I'm worrying, and if we need a written order, I'll order the sheriff to release him despite Pike County saying they got a warrant because they never filed it. So if the sheriff's listening in, hopefully that's enough. If not, we'll get something written down.
Your Honor, I got
Yes.
a message, they just faxed the Pike County warrant to the jail on the claim.
Okay, I'm still going to order it be, they can fax it up to Washington County. I put on the entry, ignore Pike County warrant. Send that to the jail. You're welcome, because he's got a bond to get up to Washington County. Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio recalls Keith Cooper, case number TRC 21-121 A and B, CRB 21-288.
Your Honor, if I may, I had this recall, Mr. Cooper stopped me out here in the lobby and told me he cannot be here tomorrow.
I have the
Okay,
doctor's.
back in the holding cell
Well,
then.
I can cancel my doctor's appointment. I was just seeing if there's a way I could just transfer it till Thursday. That was all, sir. I just have a
I thought you
doctor's
said you
appointment
couldn't do
tomorrow.
it. Then I was going to put you back in custody. Go to
I just
jail.
didn't want to miss my doctor's appointment for my scoliosis, but
You
I was
can
just trying to.
reschedule that.
Huh?
You should have told me that before. No, you got to be here tomorrow. You can reschedule your doctor's appointment.
Okay, sir.
Court's adjourned.
Sir.
Okay, back in the holding cell.
What did I do? Go.
To check and see.
If I put this one, just put it on here for 10-6, will it be back on for 10-6?
The court will need to know.
No, I don't want to actually put it in the docket, I want to file back.
Put 10-6, and at least Missy will put it in the slot for us. And then we'll do it in. I gotta look up these unknowns.